So today, as I was driving in, I was having this conversation of limiting beliefs with myself. I thought to record it, and then I just wanted to kind of get through it, and so I'm going to do this video right now. One of the things that prevent us from reaching our potential or doing as well as we can in life, or just feeling fulfilled, are our limiting beliefs. So things like, I don't know how this will pan out. I don't know if this will da 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 da. And you usually have a very specific issue at mind. So, for example, you're comparing yourself to someone, and now you're playing the comparison game of they're ahead and I can never be that. So limiting belief right here, just download it, that you've downloaded, is that I can never be there because they're ahead and that's it. So when you are faced with this obstacle, one of the tools that I use is to just have a curious mind. And what that means is a neutral mind. I'm just being curious and neutral about how I can use my potential, my capabilities to either shift towards something or shift away from it. So for example, if I have this belief of I will never be able to get there, just being curious about even what it takes to get there, right? And so just using this soft energy, this gentle energy, and tapping into the space of just unknown and being comfortable with that. When we build up this, I'm gonna say, energy, this negative energy of fear, which can push us away from even trying something, it really just kind of, you're just like, shut the door, I don't want to go there. But let's just be curious. Let's just go closer to the door and just maybe put our ear there and be like, oh, what is it? What is it? What is this voice about? So I just use this kind of gentle energy, and I was just like, okay, what does it take to actually get there? And I would advise journaling, so having a paper and pen, which are my best friends. So my notebook right here that I've written down. And so I wrote down in my mind, and then I kind of wrote them down over here. And like, so it's this, it's this, it's this. And when you pen them down, maybe even just write 3, and you take a look at them and you realize, you know what, these 3 things are actually very doable. And maybe, you need to break it down into doable steps. And that's what it is. So one of the limiting beliefs was that. So just breaking it down into that. It's not that, with a patient actually I just had, we went over this too, where she wants to accomplish a certain goal in 3 years. And we talked about, it's not that you're not doing it, it's that you think you're not doing it. So, I kept asking, okay, and what do you need to do to get here? And what do you need to do to get here? And she's like, this. And I'm like, and are you doing it? Yes, I am doing it. And I'm like, then what is the worry about? It's not the action, it's the thought. And so how do we relinquish ourselves from that thought is by actually working on the mindset and correcting the beliefs that we have. So our thoughts will come from this place of a belief system, and if your belief system is always that I'm never enough, I'm never going to be able to, anything I do, I'm never enough, then you will, even if you're doing enough, or even if you're taking those steps to get to where you need to be, you're always going to believe. So when we talked about it, she was just like, yes, you know what, in Asian culture, it's always about keep doing better, even if you get 98% no, it's 100%. And so we talked about how that is not a realistic mindset to have, and how much is an okay amount for her to be doing with the responsibilities we all have. So kids, home, da 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 da. And so we came up with a figure for her, and when she wrote the figure down, she smiled, and I was like, what are you smiling about? And she was like, I'm actually doing this much, I'm actually doing more than that. And I'm like, that's amazing. So if you can shift it that way. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave this video, and hope this gives you a little bit of further insight as to how we can just kind of propel ourselves into just being a little bit gentle and just even being curious about what the other side looks like.